Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another weekend market watch. Today is Saturday, February 8th. I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I had a couple personal issues come up this week, so I just didn't really feel like making or editing or doing anything like that. So hopefully, either this week or next week, I'll get back on the grind. But we're going to do the market watch today. No real specific buyouts because there wasn't a lot of things that I think changed, at least that I can't cover in the best selling after YCS Orlando. I guess we can go and quickly look up YCS Orlando, so give me 1 second. So here we are with the YCS Orlando results in case you guys haven't seen it. Riziel Fiendsmith won, kind of unsurprisingly. A little bit surprisingly, though, was Riziel Mitsurugi getting second place. I did watch the finals, and it basically just came down to he played directly into Nib. He's never going to play into Nib again. Very unfortunate, but that is how it goes sometimes. Majority is Riziel and Malice. I think all of the Mitsurugi decks are also Riziel, so we're getting just over 50%. There was some other kind of funny cards, Mermail Tenpai, stuff like that, but it is mostly Riziel and Malice, so not too much has changed in the wake of Supreme Darkness, but there is still some interesting stuff. Getting on into the market today, so let's just go over it, I guess. Barrel Dragon's still holding 30. A little surprised that this hasn't gone down more considering the reversal errata that was announced, but it is still a good card and people are still hyping up Blue Eyes. Molcharmy Meows is $50. Surprising this is more expensive than Perulia. Again, I'm guessing it's just because there's less of these. People haven't opened a ton of Supreme Darkness just because of how poor this set is. People are still sticking with the Rage of the Abyss and Crossover Breakers if their locals have it, so that's my guess. The Mitsurugi Ritual is holding 25. I would expect this to have gone up if it did top the YCS. The fact that it got second place, I think, has lent it to still going up, but not as much as it would have if it just straight up topped the first YCS after it was released. Baoku is still holding 30. Not surprised. It's basically the best generic card that isn't Meows exactly, so not surprising this is holding a decent price tag. But you'll notice these are basically the top sellers from Supreme Darkness, and there's only one card above $50. Very upsetting. Primate Lordly Load. I talked about this last week. It was $60, $65. I said it's probably going to go up to 70 to 80, and it did just that. It's 70 to 80 right now. A lot of people are just trying to decide whether Primate Blue Eyes is actually going to be as good as it was in the OCG. I think it'll be around, especially for the people who did pick up or pull Lordly Loads back when Rage of the Abyss dropped and, either got them for nothing or were believers in the deck, whatever. I think it'll definitely be around because it will be essentially just a super cheap deck for those people. But I don't think it's going to do that much. It's not going to be a meta takeover because I think nobody wants to spend $250 on Lordly Loads and Drill Beams and everything just to play 3 structure decks. So I don't know. I haven't tried the deck out. I've heard stuff secondhand, so I'm not going to say anything else. LZ Azmi of the White Force is down to 20. This is a little surprising to me. I guess it is just because people have decided this is best as a 1, maybe a 2 of, not a 3 of. Which is good for anyone who wanted to play White Forest and didn't want to have to spend $60, $70 on a 3 of LZ. But it does mean that it is not the best card to pull and by a decent margin. But it is still a very good card for the deck nonetheless. Fulos is holding 80. Again, people are just selling because we know the confirmed reprint. This is so surprising me. Fiendsmith the Engraver is down to $65. Wow. I think it is either people are deathly afraid that the Fiendsmith package is going to get murdered on the upcoming Forbidden and Limited list. People are predicting it for March, but it could also be in April. Or people are just so tired of Fiendsmith that they are trying to get rid of them. I think two things can be true. But I think if you want Fiendsmith, just remember you can play the Fiendsmith engine with just 1 Engraver and 1 Lacrima. You don't need anything else. So I would recommend, if you want the Fiendsmith package for any reason, now is a good time to get it. Not financial advice, but if I didn't have my Engravers at this point, I probably would pick them up now. Tenyi Spirit Saruya, 12 bucks. It's fine. It's a good card for Tenyi, but Tenyi Sword Soul, Tenyi Mitsurugi isn't doing a whole lot. White Rabbit is still holding 40, unsurprisingly, considering how well it did at the YCS. Ice Ryzeal is up to 30, interestingly enough. I think this might be because of some of the ratios that people are playing in Ryzeal, but also the Feedsmith Ryzeal plays a different number, and I think the people are also saying like X Ryzeal probably should get hit on the list, so Ice Ryzeal I think is the next best one. X Ryzeal being 25 and Sword Ryzeal being 15. I'm surprised Sword is down so much. These were all about the same price for the longest time, so it's a bit surprising. But it does all add up to the same. Dead in Prison is 10, not surprising. Impulse is 55, not surprising. Perulia is 40, very surprising actually. I'm surprised it's holding such a low price tag when it is arguably the second best Molcharmy. I think Meowls is not as good as Perulia, but it definitely has its applications, and maybe it's just not that time anymore. Dominus Purge holding 40. Still wish I had picked these up when they were like 8 to 10, but oh well. Deceptions is 30. Here's a good penny stock for you guys who had opened a lot of Legacy Destruction. Metal Tronus was the big winner from the YCS. This card skyrocketed in price. It went from only about $1 to about 5 or 6. So if you opened a bunch of Legacy Destructions and you pulled Metal Tronuses, that's a great card for you to pull out of your bulk and throw in your trade binder. People might want them. Elzad of the White Forest, $30, not surprising. Mitsurugi Ultra, $5, that's fine. Argo Stars Ultra is $6. So surprised at this. I can't believe it's holding this high of a price tag. I think people are just hoping that maybe they'll get just like some insane support, but it's an archetype that really does nothing. We already talked about Sword Ryzeal. Next page, Stardust Surf Divine Dragon is 30. Sure, I don't know if that's for like Crystron, or it's for an upcoming deck, or it's just for the Centurion deck, but it is a card that is $30. So if you open 2017 Megatons and you just have these lying around, toss them in your trade binder. Citri's holding 30. I do have the Crystron core, and I do kind of want to learn the deck, but I am just so turned off of this format. Let me know in the comments if you guys are how you guys are feeling about this format. I'm not loving it, but it's not. I'm not mad about the format, right? Like I was mad in tier format. I did not like tier limits format. I was mad in Kashtira format. I just don't really care about this format. So, besides just $4, I think this is a one of in the Atlantean deck, so I'm not surprised. Jerusalem are holding 20-ish. This is probably going to be reprinted, so I wouldn't be surprised if this sees a reprint in the last Stampede, whatever that set is called, I forget. Let's see, Clockwork Knight, $2. Not surprising for an Ultra. That's just a one of in Crystron exactly right now. Shining Sark, 25. I'm surprised it's holding this much. This deck did nothing, and I don't think it's ever going to do much. I know there's some people who like it, so sorry. I just don't see the vision. Let's see what else we got here. Crimson Dragon Secret Rare is actually $30. A little surprising considering it has multiple printings. Yeah, that's surprising. It's holding $30, but it is holding $30. So neat. I think I actually have the ultra rare of this, which is the promo. I wonder how much that is. Let's check it out real quick. Crimson Dragon. 35. Okay, so I like the way the secret looks better, so I would just say pick up the secret. But if you want the rarest copy, which is the promo ultra, then yeah, you can pick that up. What else do we have here? Feedsmith Tract is down to $11. This was $30 for a while, so if you need more Tract, you like Tract better than Engraver or whatever, then there you go. Silhouette Rabbit is still holding 15. I'm surprised because this has done very little. It hasn't seen play outside of like the 2 months that we thought this was the best thing you could make instead of SP. So kind of weird. And that Ulcanex is 10 still. Adjusted Gold is 25. This has gone up because of the Evil Hill support, but Evil Hero support. But it really hasn't done a lot. People have just not been trying that deck out at all. I guess let's go here. Anything in the close here, last set? Uh, Dark Magicians is 15. Surprised that that's holding a high price tag. Seventh Ascension, yeah, we got Seventh Ascension. Maze of the Master is coming up, and Seventh Ascension is going to be a card that Ryziel might be playing. I'm not gonna lie. I think all it comes down to is whether or not they address Ryziel directly or indirectly in on the next ban list. If they hit like Abyss Dweller and like limit Bonfire, then this is probably going to go up. But if they like limit Ext and ban Cross, then this is not going to go up at all. Other than that, I mean, everything's pretty stabilized. The Metal Flame Swordsman is $1, so I kind of do want to play the metal the Metamorph deck just because I think the cards are interesting, but I don't think they're that great. Definitely a rogue deck, but yeah. So sorry, a bit of a lame market watch. Not too much going on in the market in the wake of Orlando. Things kind of just stayed the same. I guess let's check out this article by TCG Player, the best decks from YCS Orlando. Yeah, feeds with Ryziel, big fucking surprise there. Mitsurugi Ryziel, it is a bit of a surprise that Mitsurugi did so well with Malice, and that's Atlantean Mermail. Yeah, that's also another deck you can play. Yeah, I don't know. This entire that's funny. That's in the monster section. Anyway, this the entirety of the Mermail deck, Sky Striker Tenpai. Yeah, I forgot this did okay. I don't know how good it actually is. I think it might have just won a lot of die rolls, but I'm not gonna say anything. I hate that Mermail is back. Just this card in general. I would not be mad at all if they ban Moulin Glacia on the next FNL list. I think that is a perfectly fine thing to do. Mermail can do almost anything. Hand looping should not be the thing that they are doing. That's my opinion. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, all that stuff. But I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.